Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator once again. Today, we're doing a flight in the A320 from Manchester up to Isle of Man. It's about 30 minutes. Shouldn't take too long. This video is brought to you by Thrustmaster and the TCA side stick, the Airbus side stick. I know that they are almost impossible to get a hold of right now, but they are restocking them and they should be available soon. We'll be doing flaps 1 takeoff today and a transition altitude of 3,000 feet here in the UK today. Flex to temp will go to 45 on that. We're taking off on 23 left here in Manchester. Not expecting any significant weather. Should be really nice along the way today. About 35 minutes in flight. Getting our IFR clearance right now.
Alpine 711 is clear.
Alpine 711.
Takeoff runway 23 left climb and maintain 12,000 feet.
12,000 feet.
Departure frequency is 118.775. Squawk 1576.
1576 on the box. Got it. Let's go ahead and read it back. All right, QNH is 1015. There we go. Set. Flight directors are on. And we can go ahead and kill the ATIS. We don't need them anymore. Thank you very much for everything. Ground services, we're going to go over to them. Tell them they can go ahead and disconnect the jetway. All right, overhead panel looks good here. Let's go ahead and turn our fuel pumps on. We're ready for push. And then cockpit is fine there. We can drop that down just a little bit there. External power is off now, and we're on the APU. APU bleed is running. Beacon light comes on. Seatbelt signs. Definitely got to double check those because we're using the fly-by-wire mod, and it allows us to have that and arm the exit lights as well. All right, we'll go ahead and lock the cockpit door. That's good to go there, and we can get this guy over all the way. Our TCAS set to TA. That's set. We have 1576 in the box. That looks wonderful. All right, pushback is connecting right now, and it's going to start pushing us straight back. And we'll go ahead and fire up the engines once that is on its way. Now, this is the default Manchester scenery we're using here today, so nothing fancy here. Let's go ahead and fire up the engines. All right, put the engine selector over to start, and we'll let it do its thing here. And we'll clear in a second. Once we get back past this service road, we'll go ahead and have them stop. Let's go ahead and start engine 2 first. Turn in 2. Watching right here, we got N2 rotation, looking good. And we're waiting for everything else. We got a good start there on the right. Let's go ahead and start engine number 1 next. Keep an eye on that. We got N2 rising right now, looking good. We'll go max auto brake, and we're gonna go ahead and pull this guy up so we can get our flows done before this is all ready to go. It's not too long of a taxi today. All right, 2 good starts right there. Let's go ahead and set our engine mode selector to norm. That's good to go. Rudder trim is at 0. Trim is set 1 up, and we are pretty much ready to go here. Cabin and then flaps for takeoff and takeoff config. So let's go ahead and go flaps position number 1 for departure. Okay, we got left neutral, right neutral, forward neutral, back neutral, and then left rudder and right rudder. Flight controls are free and correct. Ready to go. Nose light to taxi. We can go ahead and kill the APU bleed and the master switch for the APU. We don't need that running at all. And we can go ahead and turn that runway turn off light on as well. Parking brake goes to the release position, and we'll taxi on out of here. All right, on the taxi out, we can go ahead and get our weather radar ready to go here. So system 1 is on and PWS over to auto. That is set. And we can go ahead and do a takeoff config test. Right there. And no blue on that. And we'll go ahead and let the cabin know they need to be seated. So let's go ahead and do that.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
All right, we're crossing runway 23 right, so let's go ahead and turn our landing lights on here, and we'll turn the strobe lights on as we are crossing an active taxiway. You know what? Let's get a little bit of light going on up here, too, because it is a little dark on the overhead panel, and the lighting has been redone completely. The fly-by-wire mod is fantastic. If you want a more in-depth A320 experience, I'll have it linked in the description below. You can check it out there. Big hats off to those guys that are making the A320 more and more of a sim feeling rather than having a dumbed down version of the A320 for the most part. All right, let's call up tower and let them know we're ready to go here at 23 left. And we'll get everything ready to go.
Alpine 711 at runway 23
Take off,
ready
wing
for
light
takeoff
on.
IFR to Ronald Sway.
Alpine 711
Let them know we are departing.
23 left.
Clear for takeoff on 23 left for Alpine 711.
Cleared for takeoff runway 23 left Alpine 711.
Let's do it. All right. Runway 23 left, verified right there. We can see the numbers and the L. Flight line is clear. We have no AI traffic on right now to save any performance we can, squeeze everything we can out of this new sim. Looks like a few rain showers have popped up in the area, but nothing significant. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and line up here, and we're gonna flex to 45 degrees Celsius. And with the new fly-by-wire mod, you'll see you can see the pitch on the PFD now, which is really cool. All right, all lined up here. So let's go ahead and go up to 40%, 5 degrees pitch down, and go to flex. Right, whoop, right there. There we go. SRS runway. Nav auto thrust is blue. Airspeed is alive. Looking good here. Neutral at 100 knots. V1. And rotate. Nice and smooth. Ooh, man, a little heavy today. There we go. All right, positive rate. Gear up. Get up on that flight director here. We have a turn to the right coming up immediately. So, wait.
Contact Manchester Center on 118.775.
To departure. We'll see you next time. Do the handoff.
118.775
Nose down a little bit here
Alpine
as
711.
we're flying this. And lever goes to climb. I have to get it just right. Where's it at? There it is. Thrust climb. Bring the nose down. And we're increasing our speed now. So once we get closer to 200 knots, we'll bring those flaps in here. That is the plan. There we go. Flaps up. And we're just flying the flight director by hand. There we go. Wonderful. Gonna level off right here. Airplane should hold about 250. Slow her down there, buddy. All right. Get a little more to the left here. And we are using Rex Weather today, by the way. They had an update for the program. Should make the experience a little bit better for us than it was when I was testing it. And I'm still continuing to test it versus the default weather, but I gotta say, it's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good to have the METARs, displaying the correct weather, and then it's no longer doing that grid pattern thing anymore since the update. So you're getting more of an actual transition between the weather stations, which I have it set to 10 minutes for right now, but that could always change. Hey, why are we just hanging out at 3,000 feet? You don't want to continue your climb there, bud? It's like trying to step climb us a little bit here, so I'm going to bring the nose up and continue our climb out of Manchester. We're above 3,000 feet, so we're on standard pressure right now. Just still flying the flight director here and getting over these small little rain showers. Looks like there's a storm building up there to our left. Nothing we need to be concerned about, though. Everything else is looking all right here. Let's go ahead and clean up the airplane. So up here, I'll put this guy over to off. That goes to off. Lane lights are on. That's fine. Down here, we can go ahead and put the speed brake away. Don't need that. And enjoying this beautiful climb out of the UK today. I forgot about the clock there, but that's because before it wasn't working, and they did actually fix it to where it now doesn't take 2 seconds for 1 second. Now it's actually correct, so that is really nice. I've had some issues here with the airplane being shown incorrect on the MFD compared to the PFD of the flight director. That's been a problem for a while now. But you'll be like on the line perfectly and it'll show you about 10 degrees off for some reason. I'll wait till we cross over this guy and we'll start our turn to the right. Well, we're only going up to 12,000 feet today, so let's go ahead and turn autopilot 1 on so we can get some cool shots and stuff from the outside views. So that's all good to go. And it's continuing its climb, just very shallow up to 12,000 feet today. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit and see what's going on here as far as weather goes. Looks like we're gonna get out of it, and then when we get closer to the Isle of Man, it should be clear. It was clear when I looked at the weather when we departed, and that seems to be the case as of now. 4-knot tailwind as it looks right now. Above 10,000 feet, landing lights are coming off. There we go. Let them know they can start their drink service. They only have a little bit of time to get it done today, so they have to be in a little bit of a hurry. Almost to 12,000 feet, our cruising altitude. I don't know what the autopilot's doing, but the VNAV seems to be wanting to climb this airplane pretty ridiculously for some reason. I should have double checked. I don't know why. They wanted this thing to climb up to flight level 380, which is absolutely ridiculous for this flight, so the airplane tried to climb to 380. I had to stop it and go, no. We're only going to 12,000 feet. So we're going to be okay. Looks like we're going to be starting our descent around Lusad. Looking at Isle of Man, here is the weather. Looks like it's going to be 1015. Temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit, dew point 39. Winds out of the west at 5 knots, so nothing too crazy there. So let's go ahead and start entering all that information into the McDo. All right, 1015, temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. Winds are pretty much out of the west, 270 at 5. So we'll put 270 at 5 knots. That works for me. Transition altitude, 3,000 feet. Wonderful. Looks like VLS is 148, V approach 153. We'll be landing on full flaps here today. All right, so we need to be about 4,500 feet at Pepeg there, so around 11.3 at Lusad, and we're keeping an eye on here about 15 nautical miles out from that. We'll be able to get down there no problem. So Pepeg is after Lusad, so if I go out a little bit, you see it right there. And it looks like there's some rain showers moving through the area. We might have to end up shooting an ILS here onto the runway. And to do that, it won't be too bad. We'll just go over here to the flight plan, and we'll go down to EGNS. And on here, we'll do arrival, and we'll do the ILS 26 approach. That'll work there. We'll insert that in there just in case. And it looks like it has us do a whole lot of weird stuff to shoot that approach. So we'll do it manually. After Lusad, we'll make that right-hand turn. Looks like USR CF26 is there. USR, so 2,000 feet, looks like. Yeah, so we're going to shoot the approach at 2,000 feet at USR out there. So once we get closer to Lusad, we'll start our way down, make that right-hand turn, and then we'll get ourselves vectored into the runway manually. Auto brakes will be medium. It is a shorter runway today, so we don't want to mess around with that too much. Let's go over here to the rad nav page. ILS 2611115 looks great, and 258 in the course. Oops, clear that. 58 in the course, and we're good on that. Go back to the perf page. Here we'll put decision height of 200. It's going to ask for one no matter what. Well, these storms came out of nowhere. We're just kind of splitting through this one right now. Looking good, but man, is it a little interesting. We're keeping our seatbelt signs on for now. Engine anti-ice is on as well. And we're just keeping an eye out. There's the island right there in front of us. So we're going to actually try to sweep around and grab the ILS from here. We're descending right now to 5,000 feet. We'll see if we can do it. We're gonna make a left turn once we get right out of here. I don't want to run into this cell at all, so let's go ahead and get our turn to about 330 on that guy. And we're descending down to 5,000 feet currently. We've got the landing system on, ready to rock and roll. We're below 10,000 feet, so we're gonna get those landing lights on and wing light on as well. And we're just kind of holding on to our butts as of right now. All right, we're squaring up right now for a left base and descending down to 2,000 feet, trying to grab this localizer. We're gonna slow down to 190 here and get our first notch of flaps out. Let's make sure we get to 190, there we go. And wait for 210 on the speed before we do exactly that. So there it is, speed checks, flaps 1. That's gonna help slow this puppy down. And we've got the airport and side off to our left. We're just gonna go ahead and start the left turn now. And we're having to vector around all these storms. I was not expecting storms at all. According to the weather, it wasn't supposed to be doing it at all, even the TAF. So I'm not sure what's going on with all of that. It is okay though. We're doing everything we can now to slow her down and go ahead and pull the speed brakes out as well. Well, they're not using the speed brakes, but arming them rather. All right, another left turn now. We're gonna kind of shoot through the localizer and see what this weather is doing here. Man, you can see the sea is pretty angry, so we know the winds are going to be interesting. Not sure what to really expect here, so we're going to find out. Making our left turn now, getting down to 2,000 feet, and the airport is right there off our nose, so we'll see if we can get down in time. We'll go ahead and fly the airplane manually ourselves. I have the airplane, and we're going to start slowing her down even more to about 150 or so. Yeah, this is interesting, man. I wasn't expecting storms like this, but you know what? That's aviation, man. They keep you on your toes, don't they? Man, this has been an interesting approach. I had to go ahead and turn off the auto throttle. I don't know what it's doing. It was trying to overspeed the airplane a little bit here, and I'd rather not do that. Well, that's a lot of wind. No, it looks like it's calming down a little bit now, so we're all right. And maintain about 155 here just in case, because these winds have been a little obnoxious here and there. Looking good right here. Medium auto brakes good. Bring that nose up a little bit more.
60, 50,
using
40.
All of the runway. Oh, look at that. What is that? That's still a problem. Going around. Wow. Still that. You got to do that whole left stick thing. What is that about? Didn't like that. Gear up. We'll go around and try again. Okay, the autopilot is completely on the fritz right now, not doing anything realistically at all. So I have full control of the airplane and the throttles as well. It was not, whoa, that was some lightning. We're on a left downwind for the runway now. We're just gonna go visual from here. We're gonna maintain about 2,000 feet. Get a little bit more nose down attitude there. And we're maintaining about this speed now, bringing it back. And we'll make a left base and then turn final and attempt this again. But it's that Microsoft Flight Simulator A320 glitch that's still there, that bug, where you come over the runway, even in calm winds, and you have to dump full deflection into the aileron, which is just ridiculous. Man, yeah, this has been an interesting flight so far. Welcome to the Isle of Man. Wow, dude. Wasn't expecting that at all. All right, Good turn there. Good enough. Slow down a little bit more. We're just gonna be ready for that, man. That's insanity how much you have to dump that aileron into the wind. It's not right at all. All right, let's bring the nose down a little bit here. As we were in that turn, we gained a lot of altitude, but we're visual from here anyway, so we're looking okay. Following the glide slope down, and we have the localizer if we need it, but I'm just going visual, looking at the runway itself. Slow down. This airplane does not want to slow. Oh, we got a tailwind out of nowhere there. This wind is doing some weird stuff too. Holy cow, dude. All right, slow down. Slow it on down, because it does not want to do a managed speed, anything like that. We could be out of that now. Oop, I thought I hit that for 1015. That's okay. Not worried about it anyway. A little bit more power there. Okay, so now we have a crosswind, it looks like. Changed it up. A little bit more power in that. Maintain that glide path. Go to the Isle of Man. It'll be fun, they say. Be ready for that nonsense of the aileron. More power back here. Just trying to get this thing to settle out here on the glide slope.
300.
It is not the greatest airplane to fly as it stands. Oh, hello. We're good. Be ready for it.
100.
Drops like a rock every time you get close to the runway. Here we go. Looks like it's gonna be a little more behave. Jeez, dude, what is it doing?
Retard.
We'll take that. Reversers out. Yeah. The A320 still needs a lot of love, man. It needs a lot of love before it's ready for the prime time. Slow down there. Turn the auto brakes off as well. Manual brake here. Make our right-hand turn. Welcome to the Isle of Man. It took us, 2 attempts, but we got in. Bring the flaps up. Oof. That was almost a flight from hell, dude. It could have been, I mean, I'm not really sure. I just know that every time I fly this A320, it does that, where it acts ridiculous with the aileron, but it could have been, a gust of wind or something really bad there. It tried to throw our airplane into the runway. So, Rex, way off. Way off. It was supposed to be clear skies here at Isle of Man, and maybe the storms popped up. Who knows? We have no clue. All right, master switch on for that guy. Woof. I am telling you what, I have never had so many challenging flights as I have had in this sim. And it's not like super realistic, like, oh my God, that's how it goes. No, it's more or less just dealing with the glitches and nonsense. Okay, left turn here. And we'll get the rest of this stuff. That's off. That's off, that's fine. Strobes can come off as well. Flap is open. We can go ahead and start the APU. We're gonna go to the second stand. That works for me. That works for me today. And APU's firing up. Get that APU bleed on as well. And this is where we're gonna be parking right here. Fantastic. All right, park and brake is set. We can go ahead and kill the engines as we are on the APU power now. Looking good upstairs. Beacon light can come off and everybody can get off of the airplane. My Lord, what a flight that was. Man, I had my hands full on that one. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Once again, thanks to Thrustmaster for sponsoring this video. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Hey guys, Jeff here, just to let you know real fast that the merch is still available. You can check out the links below to go check it out. We have new Halloweens coming. down the line. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really do appreciate it.